Hi, Davy. I'm awesome. Welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. In the past, I've done several videos on stupid warnings, but then I realized that sometimes it's not the warning that is stupid, it's the instructions. So I did a video on stupid instructions. But there's more. Apparently, they really have to make sure that people know how to use their products. I'm going to get into 3 more stupid instructions. The first one I noticed years ago. Years ago, I had to buy a new DVD player because mine had crapped out. I got a new DVD player. I was looking for the part on the box that I needed to cut open so I could get the DVD player out. And on the side, I couldn't help but see the instructions. And I couldn't help myself. I was like, instructions? Is there something I need to know? Turns out no. Turns out all the instructions on how to hook up the DVD player I already knew. But those ones I can understand. I can understand if you've never had a DVD player before, or if you've never hooked up a DVD player before, you might need to know, okay, this goes here, these go there, this one's audio, this one's video, whatever, fine, no problem. In fact, I am pretty sure my first DVD player, I did have to look that up, which one's which, but I could not believe that this was actually an instruction on the DVD player, when it said, open DVD tray before inserting DVD. You know that had to have been a problem somewhere. That somebody hooked up their DVD player, but then was getting mad because they were sitting there with a DVD, unable to get it in there because they didn't push the button so the little tray could come out and you could put it on there. And I just can't help but wonder how that must have went. Come on, please. I'm never gonna watch this My Little Pony movie. I know some people might get offended, but you know what? You're a grown man who dedicated your life to My Little Pony. I really don't care if you hate me or not. But it just makes me laugh that you would even put that instruction on there. Like, I get that must have happened somewhere. But why did you have to get involved? Why did you have to make sure somebody knew how to do that? Did somebody call you threatening to sue? Your product is worthless. I'm gonna sue. In the name of Rainbow Dash, I'm going to sue. You know what the company should have done? They should have let him sue. Because that court case would have been freaking awesome. That would have been more entertaining than the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. The second one is one that has made me laugh since very early into my being a father. I've talked about it before. My oldest is 13 years old. And I remember when we first had him, we had a little pack and play that had the little thing you could fold out so you could lay him on it and you could change his diaper. And it was convenient. And I noticed a tag with warnings on it. And I read them because, of course, as a brand new parent, I was convinced that some way or another I was going to accidentally kill my kid. It's why I tell brand new parents, the best advice I can give you is calm down. You're not going to kill him. I mean, obviously, you got to be cautious. You got to know some things. But when you're a brand new parent, your first kid, you're just so convinced that every little thing you're going to do is going to result in your baby's death. That's why I tell them, just calm down. As long as you're reasonably intelligent, they'll be fine. But I read the instructions because I was like, oh, if there's instructions, I got to know because there may be something that I don't know. Like maybe if I put them on there in a certain way, they're going to die. I thought it was a little funny that it told you how to fold the thing out because you wouldn't be able to read the instructions unless you had already folded it out. But okay. By that point, I just figured they would know. But what I thought was funny was that it had instructions on how to pick up your baby after you've changed them. Support baby's head and neck while lifting. Do not pick up baby by the head. And in case you weren't sure what they were saying, they had a little picture diagram of one with a thumbs up and one with an X. Now, bear with me, I only have boys, none of them have baby dolls. Not because I'm some Neanderthal father who's like, no, you can't play with girl toys. They never wanted to. So I'm going to just have to use my son's Mario plushie to instruct you on this. The one that had the thumbs up was the one to put your hand under their back, maybe their butt, whatever, and the other hand cupping their head and supporting their neck and lifting gently once you've finished changing them. The one that had the X was making it clear not to do this. Okay, baby's changed. Everything's good. Guess we'll go on with our... Oh! No, why didn't somebody tell me? Yeah, apparently somebody did need to be told that you don't hold a baby like this. Another reason I'm using a plush, not an actual baby. I wouldn't demonstrate with an actual baby. I'm pretty sure grabbing it and picking it up like that would kill it. Tragically, I hope that nobody actually did that. So I will give them this. If somebody is that stupid, then I'm glad you put the instruction on there. And I'm glad you put the diagram, because I imagine that person can't read. But I will say, if somebody did try to sue you for not warning them not to pick up their baby by the head, I think you should have sued them. The final instruction, I didn't notice for many, many years. I just noticed it the other day. It's what inspired me to do this one. I was making a pack of ramen noodles. I don't eat them very often anymore. Of course, when I was like a young adult, I ate them all the time. When I was newly out of my parents' place, they're cheap, easy, delicious, although they get old very fast. But I had never read the instructions before, ever. Until the other day. I noticed that there were instructions. I was already cooking it, but I just had to look at the instructions because I was like, is there somebody who is confused on how to make ramen? Turns out no. It's just basic. Boil the water, put the noodles in. When noodles are soft, add seasoning. But what I thought was funny was that it said, for less sodium, use less seasoning. You don't say.
Duh!
Did somebody think that the sodium was in the noodles? Did somebody think it was high in sodium because you're supposed to use seawater? Of course the sodium is in the seasoning. There's a lot of salt in ramen. Believe it or not, for people who have heart conditions, when they get you with a nutritionist who tells you, like, this is how much salt you should intake, one packet of ramen has more sodium than your daily allowance. It's loaded with it. And that's how you instruct people? How about this? For less sodium, eat anything else. Seriously, anything. Because with how much sodium is in one packet of ramen, I'm imagining you get less sodium eating a brick of salt. So there you have it. That's my story video this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post videos, and leave a comment to me in next week's Comment Corner. Tell me some other stupid instructions you've noticed. Love you guys.